Good morning students, welcome back to the SST class. Dear students, in the previous class already we have started learning about the northern mountains and the northern plains. Is it dear student? Dear student, in the previous lesson, that is India and its landscape. Yes, in that lesson we have learned about the physical divisions of India. Is it dear student? In the previous class, I have explained you about the physical divisions of India. Based on the physical features, India is divided into 6 physical divisions. They are the northern mountains, the northern plains, the great Indian desert, the peninsular plateau, and the coastal plains and the islands. Yes, dear student, in the coming lessons, we are learning in each lesson, means lesson number 4, that is northern mountains and the northern plains. Means about the each physical division of India, we will study in detail here. Means we will get more information about each of the physical division. Is it dear student? So already we have started this lesson. In the previous class, I have told you what is mountain. First of all, we are learn about what are mountains. For which place we are calling as mountains? Dear students, here mountains are the areas of land which have risen high above the surrounding areas. The land areas, here the mountains are the land that have risen high above the surrounding area. And in this area, temperature falls with increase in altitude. Therefore, the mountainous regions have a cool climate. Yes, and in case of very high mountains, the peaks remain covered with snow around the year. Here peaks also, what is the meaning of peak I have told. The tip of the mountain is called peak. Okay, and these peaks whole year they covered with the snow only. Is it dear student? Here the mountains form a natural boundary to the north of the country. The northern mountains form a natural boundary to the north of the country and they are known as the northern mountains. And they include the Himalayas, Karakoram and some hill ranges in the northeast. Understand? So now we will learn about the Himalayan mountains. The Himalayan mountains. Yes, dear students, here first of all Himalaya. What is the meaning of this? The Himalaya in Sanskrit it means abode of snow. Is it? The Himalaya, it means abode of snow. The Himalaya is a majestic mountain range. Himalayas is a majestic mountain range. It is the highest mountain range in the world. Understand? The Himalayas, it is the highest mountain range in the whole world. It extends for about 2,400 km from east to west and its width varies from 400 km Kashmir to 150 km northeast. Understand dear student? In India, it stretches in curve from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east, thus separating India and China through a natural boundary. Some of the highest peaks in the world are in the Himalayas. Understand? Some of the highest peaks in the world are Himalaya. Here, first of all, Himalaya is a majestic mountain range. It is the highest mountain range in the world and it stretches 2,400 km to east to west. Means these Himalayan ranges, this landscape is 2400 kilometer from east to west, and Kashmir to 150 kilometer in northeast in India. It stretches in curve from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east, thus separating India and China through a natural boundary. Some of the highest peaks in the world are in the Himalayas. Dear student, now I will write down here. These are the name of the peak. And its altitude. And location, means where it is located. Yes, dear student, first one is Everest. Everest, its altitude is 8,848 meters and it is located in Nepal. Then Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga, its altitude is 8,586 meters and it is located in India. Okay, dear student, so these are the highest peaks in the world. Okay, these are the highest peak in the world. They are Everest, that is Mount Everest also you can say. Everest, its altitude is 8,848 meters and it is located in Nepal. And Kanchenjunga, its altitude is 8,586 meters and it is located in India. Okay, dear student, the Himalayas are divided into 3 parallel ranges. First of all, these Himalayas are divided into 3 parallel ranges. They are Greater Himalayas. First one, Greater Himalayas, they are called as Himadri. And dear student, this has an average height of 6,000 meters and in the highest range in the Himalayas. And second one is the Middle or Lesser Himalayas. Middle or Lesser Himalayas, and these are called Himachal. Yes. And third one, that is Outer Himalayas. And these are also called as Shivaliks. Yes, dear student, the Himalayas are divided into 3 parallel ranges. First one is Greater Himalayas. This is also called as Himadri and it has an average height of 6,000 meters and is highest range in the Himalayas. This is the highest range. Okay, this is the highest mountain range. Second one, the Middle or Lesser Himalayas. It is also called as Himachal. Okay, and it lies to the south of the Himadri and has an average height of 3,700 meter to 4,500 meter. Third one is the Outer Himalayas. These are also called as Shivaliks and these are the southernmost range of the Himalayas. These are also called as Shivaliks and it has an average height here from 900 to 1200 meter. Understand? So these are the Himalayas. These are divided into 3 parallel ranges. Here the Greater Himalayas. These are also called as Himadri. Second one, Middle or Lesser Himalayas. These are called Himachal. Third one is Outer Himalayas. and these are called Shiva lakes. And this greater Himalayas, it has an average height of 6,000 meter, and these are the highest range in the Himalayas. Next is the middle or lesser Himalayas. This is also called as Himachal, and it has the average height of 3,700 meter to 4,500 meter. Third one, the outer Himalayas. These are the southmost range of the Himalayas, and these are also called as Shivaliks, and it has an average height from 900 to 1200 meter. Okay, dear student, till here today only I will stop. In the next class, we will detail study about these Himalayan ranges. Okay, till then you have to once again go through the lesson, means till how much part I have completed. Once again you go through and understand it. If you are having any doubts, you can call me. In the next class, I will try to give the information with the help of images. Okay, thank you.